Before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content. Now imagine a world dominated by women. Sounds like a fantasy. Surprisingly, it's not as far off as you might think. You see, when we dive into the global demographics, a fascinating picture begins to emerge. When we count heads, one by one, across all continents and cultures, we find that women actually outnumber men. Yes, you heard it right. According to recent data from esteemed institutions like the World Bank and United Nations, the global sex ratio stands at 101 women for every 100 men. Now, you might be wondering, how is this possible? Well, several factors contribute to this surprising gender imbalance. First and foremost, it's about the longevity. Women, on average, live longer than men. A baby girl born today has a life expectancy that's several years longer than that of a baby boy. This gap in life expectancy is due to a complex interplay of biological, behavioral, and societal factors. Biologically, women are just made differently. They have 2 X chromosomes, which gives them a sort of genetic backup not available to men. This little extra bit of genetic material can make a significant difference in terms of health and longevity. Behaviorally, men tend to engage in riskier activities and are more prone to certain health issues. This, coupled with societal factors like the dangerous jobs that men are more likely to take on, contributes to a shorter average lifespan. But it's not just about life expectancy. There are other factors at play too, like the consequences of conflicts and migration patterns, which often see a higher proportion of men leaving their countries of origin. So, you see, the world is not quite as male-dominated as it may seem at first glance. Yes, there are still many areas where gender equality is a distant dream, and we have a long way to go before we achieve true balance. But in terms of sheer numbers, women are not just holding their own, they're leading the pack. So the next time you think the world is dominated by men, remember, in terms of sheer numbers, women have the edge. Now that we've established women's numerical superiority globally, let's dive into the countries where they truly reign supreme. China, known for its staggering population, unsurprisingly, holds the top spot. With a female population that outnumbers the entire population of some countries, China showcases the power of sheer numbers. Factors such as the now repealed one-child policy and societal preferences have influenced the gender balance over the years. Next up, we have India. The country's vast population, second only to China, also presents a large number of women. While societal norms and gender biases have historically skewed the gender ratio, recent years have seen a shift towards a more balanced demographic. Moving across to the Western Hemisphere, the United States comes in third. A country known for its cultural diversity and progressive policies, the US boasts a significant female population. This is largely due to a combination of higher life expectancy for women and progressive societal norms that prioritize gender equality. Indonesia, the world's 4th most populous country, also has a substantial female population. The country's societal norms and government policies have played a significant role in maintaining a balanced gender ratio. Last but not least, we have Pakistan. Despite facing numerous societal and cultural challenges, the country has a large female population. Historical trends and government policies aimed at improving women's status have contributed to this demographic. So there you have it: China, India, the United States, Indonesia, and Pakistan. These countries, with their vast female populations, showcase the scale at which women can influence society and policy. From contributing to the economy to shaping societal norms, these large female populations hold immense potential. The sheer number of women in these countries shows the significant influence they can potentially wield. Scene script. Numbers tell a part of the story, but what about the quality of life for these women? Sure, we've established that there are countries where women outnumber men, but let's take a moment to ask ourselves, what's life like for these women? Are they enjoying the same opportunities, rights, and privileges as their male counterparts? To answer these questions, we turn to the Global Gender Gap Report. This comprehensive study ranks countries based on 4 key areas: education, health, economic participation, and political empowerment. And you know what? The results might surprise you. In many of these female-majority countries, women still face significant disparities in education. Despite outnumbering men, they often have less access to quality education, limiting their opportunities for growth and advancement. Health is another critical area where women in these countries are at a disadvantage. From lack of access to healthcare services to high maternal mortality rates, the health of these women is often compromised. This is not just a health issue, it's a human rights issue. When it comes to economic participation, the gender gap is even more pronounced. Women are paid less than men for the same work. They are underrepresented in leadership positions, and they bear the brunt of unpaid work, such as caring for children and the elderly. Political empowerment, too, is an uphill battle. While some countries have made strides in getting more women into political office, in many others, women's voices are still largely unheard in the halls of power. So what's the takeaway? Yes, in some countries, women outnumber men, but this numerical advantage doesn't automatically translate into equality. Women in these countries face a host of challenges, from limited access to education and healthcare to economic and political marginalization. Women may outnumber men, but the battle for gender equality is far from over. Taking into account these realities, what does the future hold? As we gaze into the crystal ball of demographic projections, it's clear that the global female population is set to rise in the coming decades. This upward trend is expected across multiple continents, from the bustling cities of Asia to the sprawling landscapes of Africa. This increase in female population carries with it a multitude of potential implications. On the positive side, we can expect to see a greater emphasis on female empowerment, increased representation in leadership roles, and a rise in policies focused on women's rights and equality. However, it's not all rosy. The challenges include countering gender-based discrimination, ensuring access to quality education for all girls, and dealing with the societal pressures that often accompany demographic shifts. As we navigate these waters, remember this. As the world evolves, one thing is clear: women will play an increasingly pivotal role in shaping our shared future. As we have seen, the future is female, and this is a call to action for each one of us. Whether it's by supporting women-owned businesses, advocating for equal rights, or simply acknowledging the vital contributions of women in our own lives, we all have a part to play. This wave of change isn't just about women, it's about creating a more balanced, equitable, and prosperous world for everyone. So how will you contribute? How will you help shape this future? Remember, every action, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect. So let's step up and ride the wave of change together. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want to keep up with more content like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you insightful and thought-provoking content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep making a difference.